ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Jackowitz. This is the Kaged Review, and we are going back to E3 2018, and this time we're going to an independent game developing company called Creepy Jar. This is their first IP. It's called Green Hell, and I saw the initial trailer for it. I thought it looked really cool. Didn't give you a whole lot to go by, but it looked good. This is 20 minutes of gameplay from that episode, or the conference rather, where they wanted to introduce us not only to the game, but what you can do, what the game looks like, what the gameplay looks like. So ladies and gentlemen, from Creepy Jar at E3, this is 20 minutes of Green Hell gameplay.
Welcome to Green Hell. My name is Brian Kex, and on behalf of the team at Creepy Jar, I'll be walking you through 20 minutes of uncut footage from Green Hell. These main features will all be present when Green Hell hits early access this summer. Green Hell is all about survival and self-preservation. Our inspection mode lets you check for any ailments picked up in-game.
That's funny.
As you can see, we've found a wound that wasn't treated in time and is now infected. We'll need to figure out how to heal ourselves. Luckily, our notebook here contains info on discovered wounds and treatment methods. These will be unlocked over time in-game.
That's cool.
Before we let's also check our smart watch. This indicates all our needs for proteins, fats, carbs, and hydration. The first step for treatment here is finding maggots for maggot therapy. Let's see if we can find some to eat up our infected goodness.
So this is like survival game that's more like Naked and Afraid than it is anything else. In this forested area where you have to learn how to survive off the land. If you get infected, you have to know how to treat yourself. Like that just, I don't know how long the playability would be. It had to be really well done, but it sounds cool. It really does.
In Green Hell, there's a large variety of animals, from small creatures like frogs, fishes, to larger, more deadlier predators. Fish are a great source of food. Let's try and catch one after we've healed our infected wound. In order to do this, we'll need to craft a spear, which requires a blade, rope, and long stick. Let's also keep our eyes open along the way and see if we find any of these items.
Yeah, it's the only thing I think about, like as far as gameplay and like playability, longevity, is keeping things at a pace that, you know, grabs the attention every so often, because I feel like this is very cool. It's a great idea, but the pace would be very slow for a lot of people.
Okay, we've finally found the maggots needed to treat our infected wound. Let's pick them off this corpse, then apply them from our backpack onto the infected area. We'll let them sit on the infected wound for a bit while we continue searching for our spear.
That's cool. Don't eat the frog, whatever you do.
Crafting is based on searching for recipes and discovering what items combine together in Green Hell. Before we are able to build the spear, we'll need to create a blade. So we'll take the rocks in our backpack here and put them together.
Interesting.
After this now, we can take all the items that we need to create a spear, put them on our slate, and now we have a spear to catch fish with.
Not the frog. Ooh, that's a fucking ray. That's pretty cool, though.
We've collected a few fish now, which we can harvest. Animals are not only useful for current nutritional benefit, as shown previously on the smartwatch, but they are also useful for bones, as we can craft other items with the prey that we capture.
I like how legit it is, though. Like, it really is a survival game.
So the maggots that we previously applied to our infected wound have cleaned it free of infection. Now we can bandage it up to continue the healing process. You can take this leaf here, and previously we found some ash from a fire from before, and put them together to have a bandage that also has some healing properties to it.
I did not know that. I would think ash from a campfire would have the opposite effect, but I guess not.
In the Amazon, weather can change with a snap of a finger. These shifts in weather can last for a few minutes, or days, depending on the type of storm.
It's pretty interesting, man. It's pretty well thought out. Oh. About that. I wonder what happens if you get bit by a rattlesnake.
Here's a perfect example of one of those predators we mentioned earlier. It's best for us to avoid this jaguar altogether. Here's a more friendly encounter with a few capybara. These animals are one of the many Amazon mammals rich in protein. When necessary, they provide a very solid sustenance, but we'll let them be this time. Here,
Where's
though,
PETA
we've
when
come
you need
across a trap placed previously. Different sized traps can be used to lure different types of prey. You'll collect information about each one and how you can build them over time.
Okay, so you're using the nut as a bait.
This cocona fruit is undocumented in our notebook. We've yet to try this fruit previously, so we have no information on its potential effects. In these scenarios, players can either test their luck by tasting this fruit, or leaving it be and sticking to what they know.
That's pretty cool, man. Like, there had to be a lot of research into survival techniques for this game.
Fuck off me.
Why would you take a bird's nest? Okay, so you gotta check to see if you were stung.
Previously created items like this small fire are also available via the notebook once created.
I wonder if you can make like a spit.
Fires are started by ember. To create ember, we need to craft a tool, add kindling like a bird's nest we found before, and start rubbing them together. If the player has enough stamina left, they can fire up ember and then place it in the fireplace. There are many different
that's what
tools
the
and
bird
kindling
nest is
types,
for.
making this process easier as you find more.
I was wondering why the fuck you'd take a bird nest. Now it makes sense.
Yes.
Meat and fruits decay over time as well, and should be cooked or consumed before spoiling. Consuming raw or spoiled meat can be dangerous and lead to food poisoning in-game.
I wonder what happens at that point. Like, can you die and you just have to start over?
Coconuts are a great source of hydration, so it's always good to have some around. We can also use these empty shells to fill up water.
That's some dirty ass meat right there. I will say, it's something that I would love to check out, but I just think the pacing would be a little slow for me. I have, like, squirrel attention as it is, and so I like something that's a little bit more fast-paced. Or, on the flip side, something that has a very detailed story, something like Beyond Two Souls, which isn't exactly the fast pace, but, you know, it's telling you a story and it's developing as you play. It's very cool though. I think it's a great idea. I would imagine nighttime is very treacherous in here. Okay, so it does show you how to make a campfire rack.
It's good to have a torch at night. Animals are afraid of fire and are less likely to attack. Sadly, in this case though, we don't have any ropes, so we'll have to go into the dark without any light.
So you have to tie your rope around a stick or something.
The Amazon's flora is also full of wonders in Green Hell, like mushrooms glowing at night. You can risk to eat it, or maybe cook it, or even try to heal a wound with it. Some effects might even be surprising.
Great, tripping on mushrooms.
Drinking unsafe water in Green Hell is also a concern. Players might end up vomiting. As we've shown in this video, Green Hell is full of surprises and full of unknowns.
I wonder if you have to deal with like other people at any point, like natives. Oh shit. I guess so. Well, okay. I love the ending to that trailer. Yeah, man, like, it's a really, really cool idea. I think it would be fun to check out. I do think they have to mix in a lot of stuff. I mean, I see where you have to contend with animals, and clearly now you have to contend with natives. That already makes it more interesting. But that's what you're going to need more of, because just the average survival, I think, would be a much slower pace. So now that we know that we do have other things to deal with, it's a much cooler game. So, yeah, my first thoughts are it looks pretty damn cool. It would be interesting to see how engaging it actually is when you play it, though. So that's my take on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I mean, do you like the idea of having a survival game that's actually like a survival game where you have to learn what you can eat, what you can't, where to get healing products, and, you know, how to survive in a forest if you were all alone? I think it's a great idea. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Easy for me to say, right? My name is Kevin Chackwitz. Kaged Nation out.